Basic is ripping out the fancy features and keeping it functional. This is targeted for SMBs, gas engineers, your one-man bands, everyone that wants the functionality of an enterprise software but don't want the price tag. For £3 a month per user, you get access to all of this. There's no pro or enterprise level, and the same access to features. What we're going to do today is go through the application. We're going to start from the start and show you how a lead will progress straight through to a paying client. So as part of Basic, everyone gets a Basic landing page that's hosted by Basic and will be offered to you by the team, and the team will build you a HTML that's good enough to have a form where your users will be able to submit to your lead section. So what we're going to do is replicate that, and we are going to replicate a window cleaning company today. So that is submitted. This is what the client sees. Then in your software, you will get a lead pop up, which is your new lead that you can then start converting, talking to, can make your notes about whether they want anything, if you've lost it, etc. And then we're going to convert that lead into a customer. This will then add that new lead into your customer section here, and we'll add the address for that customer. Obviously we can add different locations. If there's an office address, home address, different home addresses, etc. We can add more for that client, and this will show you what appointments and plans that we've got. We can edit from here and change, but we're going to go through as quickly as we can. So now I know now that this client wants a scheduled service to clean their house every 2 weeks. I'm going to assign it to myself. I'm going to say every 2 weeks, and their preferred day is Tuesday, and their preferred time is at 10 o'clock. It's going to take me 30 minutes, and their next due date will be next Tuesday, which is the 31st. The price is £20. That creates our service plan. So we can filter by name or address. We can go to our new service plan that we've just implemented, and we're going to say, okay, well, they want at least 6 months or 12 months worth of appointments. So we're going to schedule 6 months for Scott over the next 6 months every other week. This then goes to our diary. So in our diary now, we'll see that because I'm off on Tuesday, it's moved it to Wednesday. The next week, it's now on Wednesday because it's now 2 weeks. And we can drag and drop this into different locations, and this will reschedule anything we've got for that day, and it will give you the best time for that day. So I'll give you an example. Here we've got 2, so I'm going to drag this on here. It will then say, okay, well, that one's at 8 o'clock, so now we've got to do this one at 9 o'clock. We can click into these and change who's scheduled to them and who's assigned to them. But what your team will do, or what your team will see, so this is an admin view, what your team will see is just the diary and my jobs. So if there's a lot of people use it as like van 1, van 2, or person 1, and you can assign those jobs, and then they'll come in and see my job. So if I make an appointment on today, yeah, cool. So that's because it was 20 minutes, so it's got time for my availability, and this is what your team will see in my jobs. So in here, they can click in and see any information that they need. You can add travel time, etc. if you wanted to. But here they can start the job. They can say they're going on a break, they can end their break, and they complete the job. They can say whether it's paid or outstanding. For this one, we'll say outstanding, and it will make the job outstanding for them. The admin view, however, will then see that in our outstanding pile, we've got customer one that needs to be paid, is currently outstanding. Now, a lot of people just reconcile from here, so they can go into their Xero or their bank and say, okay, well, actually, they did pay here, mark as paid, and create an invoice that is linked to this appointment. So if you click invoice, you'll see this. We can download the invoice from here. And all of this is configurable in your settings, so you can put your own bank details in, and etc. We can then mark that as sent, which will come through here. And then when we mark invoice as paid, or mark this as paid, our invoice will be paid as well, so they're linked. So you've also got your invoices, and this can be set by address and name, etc. In our crew availability section, this is where we'll have all of our different users or vans, or however you want to set it up. In here, you can add rotas or just 1 week, and you can put in the availability of your staff or the vans. So if you're working a normal week, or if you do it in rotas, etc. Save that. This all feeds into the diary. So for test 2 we just changed, they're available Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And you can see that all over the week. For me, I'm not available all those times, so you can see the days I am. Again, this feeds into every week, and the rota just continues. That all feeds to the automatic job scheduler and the automatic appointment find the next best one. So if we go here and we go edit, find best slot, it feeds into which is the best slot that's possible based on what vans are available on your crew availability. We then have expenses. So we have recurring, expensive, one-off monthlies, and then daily expenses. So things like insurance for the company. So that's £100 a month. We can add that expense in as a recurring. A one-off monthly. So let's say a drill that we needed 200 or 20, sorry. That's one-off monthly. And then a daily expense of £10 for petrol, £100 a day. This all feeds your dashboard. So in your dashboard now, we have the expenses for the day, our gross profit of 85 minus 85, and any scheduled payments for the day. We can then change this to monthly. So we can see scheduled payments up 40, expenses 220, because it's been spread across our recurring monthly. So every day has a cost of X because it's £200. We've been paid 120 quid. Our gross profit at the moment is 100, but we're scheduled 40, which haven't been paid yet because we haven't done the job yet. So everything that we do in terms of appointments, outstanding, crew expenses and invoices will all feed our dashboard to give you a clear view of where your business is at. We'll touch on settings. So in settings, we have your profile where you can change your name, general settings where you can change your workspace name, and preferences. You can grant me and the team support access, so we won't actually have access to your workspace until you give it to us, and then you can export everything that you need, all your data, which we recommend doing once a month, just so you've got that backup. You can purge and delete everything as well for GDPR reasons, so you can delete everything that you need. Members, so this is where you will invite different members. So we have 2 types of members: a user, which has full Access can log in. You can give them permissions to only see like the diary of my jobs, or can see all of the different features. So you can have multiple admins if you wanted to. You can only have one owner who's created the workspace. And then we also have scheduled users, so people that have contractors that you still want to schedule in your diary, but you don't want them to have access to your system at all. You can schedule these as scheduled users. So a normal member is £3 a month, and a scheduled user is £1.50 a month. In here we have billing, so this is where you'll see your subscription. You can manage your subscription, take people off, delete, etc. You don't need to worry about these two. Invoicing, this is where all your settings are set up, so your company details, your VAT numbers, your bank details. This is what all feeds your invoice PDF. Checklists, which are things that you can add to jobs, so that you know that they're doing window cleaning, you've got to do your sills, got to do that. Appointments, so there's a feature that you can enable for customer signatures, so that if you do enable that, every appointment that they go to, you can get a customer to sign and save, so it gives you that record. Again, these are all saved and encrypted, but again, that's an optional, so you don't need to have that on. I'll turn that off for now. We have SMS, so we can message people based on their name, what appointment it was, it's been completed, the cost, thank you, please pay, defer to these bank details. This all is integrated via ClickSend. When you haven't integrated, it will tell you how to do it. You sign up to ClickSend, and then you will manage your SMS costs. It's not part of the service, but it does integrate with it, so it's up to you whether you want that or not. Your landing page stuff is what we will deal with. So again, if you want the form embedded, we can make the form. If you want the custom HTML to create a landing page, we can do that for you. And then here is your referral. So if you send this to somebody and they want to join the service, you will get a free month and they will get a free month. So it's just a nice reward system. For those of you that don't like dark mode, we have light mode. I'm more of a dark mode fan myself, but we have catered for all of the dark mode and light modes as well. So that's everything in terms of a quick overview. There are more things that we can do in terms of appointments and scheduling. If there's any questions that you have, please reach out. If there's anything you'd like adding, this is a great time to do it. The team are building this and adding loads to it every single day. So please reach out. If there's a little feature that you want that would just tick that box, then please reach out to the team. Thank you.